Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. JWC County Commissioners Court for today, December 22nd, 2025. 9 a.m. is now in session. We'll go on to agenda item number 3, public testimony. Is there anybody out in the public that would like to address the court at this time? Hearing none, we'll move to agenda item number 4. Discuss, consider, and take action to approve minutes from previous meeting.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion.
Second.
I have a motion. I have a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 5, consent agenda. Consent agenda items will be voted upon in one vote and will not be discussed separately unless requested by the county judge, commissioner, or a citizen.
Judge Commissioners, I have reviewed the budget amendments and they are allowable transfers with y'all's approval.
Entertain a motion.
Motion to approve item number 5 is presented.
I have a motion and a second, or do I have a second? Second. I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. I'm gonna go ahead and move agenda item number 10 up. Agenda item number 10, discuss, consider, and take action for county auditor and county treasurer to proceed with the implementation of a new financial software system, having met all applicable county procurement policies and requirements.
Yes, good morning, Judge Commissioners. Today, Mark and I we've been working,
State your name for the court.
Cindy Garcia, County Auditor.
Mark Dominguez, JWC County Treasurer.
Mark and I have been doing research in regards to looking for a new financial system for the county. I have just a brief little statement to kind of highlight some key points, and then we can answer any questions or kind of go into more detail if y'all have any questions in regards to looking forward to moving forward with the the financial software. Right now, our current financial system is outdated and makes it difficult to meet the county's needs. It has limited functionality, requires significant manual processes, and does not provide the level of reporting and efficiency needed to support county operations. The new system will support key financial functions, including budgeting, payroll, accounts payable, bank reconciliation, and inventory control. It will improve accuracy, strengthen internal controls, and provide more timely and reliable financial reporting. It will also improve coordination between departments and better support audit and compliance requirements. The selection of the new financial software was completed in accordance with the county's procurement policies. The process included proper review and evaluation to ensure the system meets the county's operational and compliance requirements. Between the Treasurer's Office and the Auditor's Office, we will work together to manage the implementation because it's a 12 to 14-month conversion process. So it's nothing that's going to happen overnight. It'll include the system setup, data migration, staff training, and testing prior to going live. And we'll take the steps to ensure that there's no disruption of critical functions, especially payroll and accounts payable. All costs related to the implementation have been reviewed and will manage within approved and budgeted funds. And we are looking for a next year cost. I apologize, I just gave Michael the contract, yeah. So of course, this is all pending because I do want him to review the contract. And so I just gave it to him, so he'll need some time. I would want him to review it. But yes, the cost would be accrued next year.
So this software system, I guess y'all already dotted your i's and crossed your t's.
Yeah, we've heard from 3 different vendors, and they've all really had great presentations, but
We've also
Yeah.
talked to some counties as well that they have a lot of good reviews with them, so that's why we're looking to move forward with one.
What is, and do we know the cost of this?
yeah, the one we're leaning towards is Edmunds. What's the?
GovTech?
Yeah, Edmunds GovTech. So a couple of counties do have them, and they gave me a couple of different quotes. I think Michael has it in front of him. Is that one 56?
56 for year one, because you've got some one-time.
Yeah, that's year
some
one.
One-time setup cost in year one.
Yeah.
It's gonna pretty much double what the annual fees would be. I'm just glancing at this, but it looks like 56,000 for year one, and then it drops down to about 25,000
Per year, yes, yeah.
for year two and year three. So the setup, the reason that year one is extra is because of the
Setup
and
and
the conversion. fees.
Migration and everything like that?
And then after that, it does, it drops to an annual of about 25, which is actually in line with what we're currently paying. We're currently at like 24, and for what we're getting.
Is there any obligations to what you currently have?
Yes, we are still contracted for 2 more years. Yeah, and so we will have to continue with that because there's, I've had our county attorney review our current contract. And unfortunately, there's not a way out. So we will have to pretty much double for 2
But it is a
years.
monthly fee. We don't pay an annual fee, so it'd be a monthly fee that we pay.
So we're gonna be paying both of them?
Yes.
We kind of have to because by the time they get it set up, migrate it, and get their personnel trained,
Finishing at the
it,
time.
time will lapse pretty
Yeah,
quickly.
because this conversion, we won't go live until 2027. Because the conversion process does take that long.
So you have to have both.
Y'all are still kind of weighing out both of them?
So we do have that one. They're both through vendors that are through like the buy board
board.
process. So we have this one. The other one is a lot higher. We've weighed out both options, but I think we agreed that I think this would be the best option. And we still have a couple more questions for each one of them, but
Well, I'll make a motion, we approve, based on the final review of the contract with Mr. Guerra.
So you're saying, excuse me, Judge, you're saying you're gonna pay for both, but it's just through the middle of the transaction, that's it?
Yes, correct.
And once-
It will most-
Once it's complete, then
Maybe a
it's,
few months lapse
okay,
after the.
I'll second the motion.
Have a motion, have a second. Any further discussion?
it will, just to throw it, it will affect all departments in regards to payroll, accounts payable, how we'll be doing that. So we look forward, it's gonna be great technology, it's gonna make everything more streamlined, I think, between all departments. So it's exciting to move forward.
That's good.
We won't have to use so much paper anymore.
Well, save some paper and money.
Well,
Yeah.
I highly support it because efficiency and time, it's of the essence. Just like the new computer, software system we're getting for
Everything
the
will be
judges. Yeah.
up to date, live reporting, more current numbers. So I think all around it'll be great for everybody.
This will be it will be through the internet. It won't be through,
Yeah, it's all web-based.
Web-based, so.
Web-based, so if need be, I know that was like a big concern is we're not web-based right now, so We
Oh,
don't
I
have
see, yeah,
access
so-
to,
Eh.
if our computers went down or,
I guess we can vote on it, Judge.
And the software that, the licensed software, it's all secured. I mean, they'll apply all the security that they need to apply.
Okay, I have a motion, I have a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Agenda item number 6, discuss, consider, and take action to authorize county judge to enter into a 36-month contract with Everbridge for integrated public alert and warning system services.
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. Lance Brown, Jim Wells County Emergency Management. I have Elise and Mr. Ted on with Everbridge. What this is this is a form of iPods, which iPods is the Integrated Public Alert and Warning System. Right now, we currently are using HyperReach. HyperReach is a little bit more expensive, and Everbridge is cheaper. We'll be saving money by going with them, and we'll be getting more bang for our buck. With Everbridge, that is what the state TDM uses. And so they're proven, they're known. And so we want to move from HyperReach. It expires in May. And so we want to go ahead and do this so we can start our transition period where we can start merging all of our customers to come over with HyperReach. I'm losing a lot of customers because it's kind of outdated technology. And, you know, it's going off at 3 o'clock in the morning just to tell you that there's a heat advisory at 5, you know, so I'm losing a lot of customers. So if we switch to the Everbridge, it's going to be really good because, you know, I can push out a lot of information real fast or 24/7. There's a phone number, so I don't even have to get in an app and I don't have to type anything out if I wanted to. All I got to do is call this number. Hey, we got a bad storm coming, Bimbolt area. Whoever signed up for this, it'll push out a mass notification to them. And then plus, they have a lot of great features as well on it. And Patrick and I, we've already been through the class twice. I think Judge went through it one time. A lot of great features. It's cheaper and a better product, in my opinion. And I have them on there, so if there's any technical questions that you would like to ask, there'll be no questions left unanswered.
I was able to get some questions answered during the meetings, but all the people that are registered right now, there's going to be a transition period where we won't lose those. They'll just transition.
Correct, yeah. Elise, you want to answer that?
Yes, good morning. Thank you for having us. Absolutely. Whatever data you guys currently have within HyperReach, as long as you're able to export it, we are able to import it into our system. So those contacts can come over.
Okay, can you state your name for the court, please?
Absolutely. Elise Weems from Everbridge.
So there'd be no problem transitioning all those, the names that are currently on it?
Correct. Yep.
And this would take effect at the end of the contract in May?
Yeah, so we'll start merging. Right now, I have a target date of going live with this, January 15th is when we're going to be going live with HyperReach because HyperReach, we do a year-to-year contract with them because we've been with them for a long time. And our contract ends February 1st. So, you know, that'll give us, we won't have any gaps within there. So we'll have, by that time, Elise and I and Mr. Ted will start working on it, getting everything to go live with it. But it's a really great feature. And like I said, it's cheaper.
So Tatum is on this and so is our neighbors, our Nueces County and.
So Nueces County, San Pat, they're all on this as well. So now we can do a coastal bend notification as well. So during hurricane seasons, you know, whatever the National Weather Center is, they can push it all out to everybody at one time with this right here. We'll have San Pat, Nueces, and I believe Clayburgh. I'm not sure if Clayburgh's on there or not, but for sure. Elise, you want to tell them?
Yeah, absolutely. Just as Lance mentioned, it's called the Everbridge network effect. So absolutely, you guys can essentially integrate your notifications. If your neighboring county or city puts out a notification, it makes this process very simple to be able to share it with your residents. Um, Also, as he mentioned, the National Weather Service we partner with, so those automated weather alerts can go out. Again, if there's a hurricane or some sort of severe weather alerting. And then in terms of our customer set, I'm happy to send over a ton of info, but yes, TDEM's a customer. We're all over Texas. Our footprint is very large.
And what I like about it, whenever you click on it and you go to register, there is parameters that you can set. So if you don't want to hear of a heat advisor, you don't have to be notified of a heat advisor because we can't control when National Weather sends out their messages. But if you don't want to know that it's going to be hot in the afternoon, you can take that off. And if National Weather Center pushes that out, you won't get notified. If you only want to know that a hurricane's coming, tornadoes coming, or snow's coming, you can click those features and only have those notifications sent to you. And of course, if we push anything out, it'll override it and send to your phone.
Being that the contract's over, Mike, do we have to go out for bids on this or anything?
That was something I ran
It's,
by the auditor.
it's under 10,000,
Well,
97.
so I did look into it. I was asking Michael about it. So since the contract is a 3-year contract, we do have to take into consideration the total, which is 20.
Yeah.
So that you can either, as long as we get 3 quotes, from different vendors to comply with the procurement, or if, I'm not sure, if maybe the rep can answer if she's on any kind of a buy board tips program to where we can get it approved that way.
Okay.
Yes, I can jump in there. We do work with buy board, so I can absolutely get you all a buy board quote, within the next hour max.
Okay, great. I'll have Lance get you, my email, and that way we can get that, taken care of.
And we also, Pat and I, we've been working on this for almost a year, knowing that our contract was coming up. And so we do have 3 other quotes from MyGov. They're another one. They were like 11,000. HyperReach, which was almost 11,000, and then Everbridge that came in like at 9,700. So we do have the 3 bids as well. But if they're on buy board, I'll get all that information to Cindy.
And this will cover everybody in Jim Wells.
As long as you're registered, it's just like HyperReach. So
Well, HyperReach, and I brought this up to you, my dad and his neighbors in Southern, they're at the very tip of Jim Wells. They would never allow them to register because the folks down there have a Valfria zip code. And so they were never able, and HyperReach never made the adjustment.
well, Ms. Elise, can you verify that?
Yeah, absolutely. So with our system, you don't have to register based off of zip code. You guys can customize that. So if you want it to be run that way, you can. But with our system, you don't have to do it that way. So as long as, they want to receive those notifications, they can go to the members portal and they can sign up. So it's a very, very simple process. They can even, call Lance and say, hey, Lance, can you put me in your system? Here's my phone number, my email, my address, and Lance can, edit or change all of that information.
And I use you as an example, or your father, that was receiving phone calls at 3 o'clock in the morning to his landline because there was a heat advisory. So with this right here, he can edit it and, you can put whatever parameters that you would like.
So that was me.
Oh, that was you? Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it was your
Red
dad.
flag warning. No, Dad never got it. He was never able to get on.
that's
because
right.
They never included that option. Because we
Right.
got little areas that, if there's even a Robstown zip code that's within Jim Wells County.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons why we were looking to expand because we were able to add a lot more people. And same with La Parrita, within that area, those low-lying areas. So that's one of the reasons why. And once we can get this approved, then we're gonna start heading out there into the public and do some.
Right, yes, yeah, we'll do it on social media. We'll have these broadcasted at post office, the QR code. we'll put them at the post office, the libraries, HEB, Walmart, and then Ms. Elise also said that she has some advertising and some marketing that she'll help us, because I mean, this is a really, really, really great thing to do with, there's so many features, you know, I mean, if we wanted to make a group for the county fair, we can have just a county fair talk group, so to say, you know, when the carnival is going to be open, you know, if the Fair Association wants to go that deep.
We had back in, before we had the 911 here, we had the other lady here. We had it to where you could come to our office and you could double check your 911 address. And that's definitely something you to look into, to have it in our office, and that way people can come in and register for it.
That could be
And you
the
can
steer.
walk them through it, you know.
Yeah, that might be the steer that you're talking about,
I'm sorry?
the steer.
Yeah, so but I'm saying we can do the same thing here with this, that way we can walk them through,
Sure,
because a lot of
absolutely.
elderly people are not familiar with it, so we
Right.
can get them set.
No, yeah, no, we're going to push it out. This is a great thing for our constituents and for the county. This will be a move in the forward of technology.
Yeah, we'll have several member drives. But I'll make a motion that we approve.
Second.
Pending all the procurement process approval with the county auditors. So I have a motion, I have a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you, Ms. Elise. Thank you, Mr. Ted.
Thank
you,
you all.
guys.
Appreciate you guys. Okay. Agenda item number 7. Discuss review bid tabulations, engineers recommendation letter, and consider awarding construction contract for the CDBG Mint contract number 22-085-027-D268 for drainage improvements in the K-Bar and Rancho Alegre communities.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners Court. My name's Carlos Montalvo with ICE Engineers. We did review this, and this is for the K-Bar Ranch area. Rancho Alegre is a separate one that will be bid out in January. We did have 6 bidders as we opened in the last Commissioners Court for the K-Bar Ranch area. Of the 6 bidders, the low bid was DM Underground at a bid of $1,543,246.50. After review of all of the bid packages, all of the bidders did have all of the correct documentation. There were 2 bidders that had minor mathematical errors. It was like $100 or less in difference. It did not affect the overall outcome of the order of the bids. We do recommend that DM Underground, who submitted the lowest and most qualified bid, we recommend them for award for the $1,543,246.50. Of course, ultimately, it is up to the court to reject or accept that. And this bid was, we did have an engineer's estimate of about 1.68 million for this particular project. So this bid did come in under our estimate.
Have you done any work with these guys, the DM Underground Corporation?
Yes, sir. We have some of our GLO projects in Kingsville area. They were awarded some of those. We spoke with Kingsville personnel as well as our project manager who's on that. They had no complaints. They said this group has done outstanding work. They've said they're go-getters, and they would definitely recommend them to do more work.
So what kind of drainage is it?
For the K-Bar Ranch area, we're gonna have some roadside ditches, some improved culverts, and a detention
So it's
pond.
ditches and culverts?
Yes, sir.
Is that a retention pond, right?
There is gonna be a pond. Ultimately, all the water will lead to a
Okay,
pond. Yes,
I'd
sir.
like to see the engineering on that pond before we proceed with it.
Yes, sir, certainly.
Because, I'm not sure that some of these ponds really serve the purpose. So that's really my concern. But, maybe a good explanation would probably, convince me otherwise.
Well, I already saw the engineering drawings based on drainage and the pond. And I spoke to Mr. Montalvo when he was, when he came to my office to show me what was going on. And first thing I explained to him is that we didn't want a repeat of previous projects. So he shared all the information with me, and they're pretty impressive. I'll give him that much, And Mr. Montalvo's been real professional, and I don't see a problem with those drawings at all. As a matter of fact, I did like them the way everything's gonna be constructed, what materials are gonna be used, and what to do with the excess soil.
Thank you. And there,
Doesn't mean that I can't see them.
no, certainly, yes, sir, yes. And there is gonna be they're gonna be roadside swells that will lead to a
You know,
pipe.
I know it's in precinct 1, but we got burned, one time, and we don't want to get burned again.
Yes, sir, we definitely understand that.
I have a question for you. Would there be like a project manager in this?
Yes, sir. I'll be
And
the,
who's gonna be the,
yes, I'll be
gonna be
the,
for
I'll be
your
the
office,
project
or-
manager. We'll be the project manager for this project. So this is a Groundworks project, which Lucy Cook Hildreth from Groundworks is also online. But I'll be the project manager for ICE, for the engineer, and we're gonna go out doing inspections, and we'll be reporting back to Commissioner and Judge.
I was gonna say that, if it would be fair for you to come in and make a report every once in a while to.
Yes,
just
sir.
bring us up.
Yeah, we'll be doing that, and we'll be doing our inspections, and we'll be making site visits. And every time the contractor sends out a pay application, we have to review it. We'll take pictures. We're gonna send it to you all for review as well. And then once everything gets, approved by y'all, by us, then we send it to Grant Works, and then they do the final approval based on all of our, previous reviews and recommendations.
Because these projects get approved by the Commissioners Court. So if we don't have a good understanding, I know Mr. George here, he went through it and he understands it or whatever, but really, it needs to be a good understanding by the whole court. It doesn't necessarily mean that because it's a precinct 1 or 4, whatever, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't have a great understanding of what we're approving. Because, it's a grant, and then, as grant goes, I don't want to run out of funds, because at the end of the day, we can't complete a project if we run out of funds. So those are things that I'd like to consider, like, okay, there's $2 million project, okay? So what if we go and at $1.5 million, hey, guess what? We might not be able to complete the project. So where does the county stand? You understand what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir, I understand.
I don't want to be stuck with $500,000 worth of, that, we have to cover, So that's the only thing I have against some of these projects that, we need to have a good understanding. We're going to be able to finish the project, because in the past, some of these projects, we don't finish.
Correct.
And it gives, puts the county in a bad situation.
Correct. And this project, this was actually, it's tied together with the Rancho Alegre project. So the overall grant, I believe, was around 8 million. So this 1.5 million comes out of that total 8 million, and then the rest of it would be for the Rancho Alegre construction.
Good explanation on the finances is probably pretty much what I'm looking at.
Okay, yes, sir, certainly.
Ventura, so you knew we were approving the bid for this, just out of curiosity, how come you didn't ask for the drawings prior to this approval?
Yeah, that's a good question, because they never came to Commissioners Court.
You did. But anyway,
Mr. Montalvo, are there funds set aside for a security fence once the retention pond is completed? Because that's one of the big issues we've got with the first one. They ran out of money, and so now it's open. Well, they put up a little bit of a barrier, but it's, in my opinion, insufficient to keep.
This, yes, sir, the fence is part of the bid. Yes, sir. So we did have that in the drawings and part of the bid, so that is covered with the 1.5 million.
This is right, to the south on 5054 south of the,
This is the one we bought from the
Box family, yes.
And
It's
I
right
can, I can understand the frustration on both sides over there, but I believe that a lot of this has to do with the project manager and getting back to the county commissioners court and explaining to us where we're at with it. And that's where a lot of this stuff is, we didn't have enough funding because things were happening and we weren't aware of it. But everybody getting involved, I think it should be taken care of.
Yes, sir.
So we
Definitely.
appreciate everything you can do for us, and thank you for everything.
I wasn't in that.
Yeah.
I know
Oh, no,
y'all
no,
were
I-
not the- y'all were
Yeah.
not the engineering on that first project.
Correct, yes, sir. And we understand when we were designing this, the previous project was going on, and Commissioner Aguilar did express to us you know, what were the issues that came up with that one? So we made sure that for this project, we did have all of that covered.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can I entertain a motion?
Motion to approve DM Underground Corporation for 1.5 million.
I have a motion
Second.
and a second. I guess the motion would be to approve y'all's recommendation.
Yes, sir.
Recommendation for the 1.543,246.50.
Yes, sir. And we'll,
As long as you voice the concerns that we have.
yes, sir. And we're gonna have a pre-construction meeting. We'll send,
I'd like to be there. you
yes,
know.
sir, definitely. We're gonna have
It's,
a,
you know, like I keep repeating, it's in precinct 1, but it affects the county.
correct.
When it comes to finances, it affects the county.
Yes, sir, definitely. And we'll draft up an award letter, get it approved by everybody before we send to the contractor. And then, once we do that, we'll send to the contractor. We'll set up a pre-construction meeting. We'll let everybody know, get a good date from everybody so we can have one with everybody. And then, and Ms. Lucy Cook Hildreth will be available for the, pre-construction meeting as well, because the contractor, since it is a grant project, they have a certain paperwork and payroll and things that they have to meet.
I have a motion and a second.
Judge, you know, a pre-construction meeting actually should occur here in Commissioners Court, where we can all be there. If we go to a pre-construction and all the commissioners show up, we create a quorum. See, so I don't know if that's possible.
Whenever it is, we can post it. We can post the location, and we can post that we're all gonna be there. That's right, Mike.
So anyway, we need to post a meeting whenever y'all gonna do that.
Yes, sir. I'll reach out and get available dates from everybody.
Okay.
And we do have the original bids here for the county as well.
I have a motion, I have a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
We need to second.
Motion carries.
We need a second.
George,
I did, yeah.
Yeah, he says it.
Thank you all. Y'all have a happy
thank you.
holidays.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Agenda item number 8, discuss, consider, and take action on entering a mutual agreement of understanding, MOU, between Benbow, Palito Blanco Independent School District and Jim Wells County Sheriff's Office. The Jim Wells County Sheriff's Office will provide a deputy to be assigned to Benbow, Palito Blanco Independent School District at a rate of $71,233, to include salary and fringe for the school year. Benbow, Palito Blanco Independent School District agreed to make quarterly reimbursements to Jim Wells County Sheriff's Office.
Good morning, Joseph Guy Baker, Sheriff, Jim Wells County. Morning, Judge, Commissioners. We were contacted by the Palito Blanco Superintendent with concerns about security at the elementary school. They like and are happy with what we're doing at the high school with one of the deputies as an SRO. We explained to them that the budget, of course, they contacted us after our budget was already completed, and I explained to them that we cannot add to or change our budget during the middle of a budget. The school board got together, and I got with Cindy. I sent everything, what I wanted to do to Michael, our attorney, county attorney as well. And we researched this, and as long as they provide everything it costs, which they've already went to the school board, that's been approved, then it doesn't make a structural change or doesn't make it an impact on the approved budget, because they're gonna absorb all of the costs. And this is how important it is to them for the security of the of the kids at the elementary school. So I support this as a public safety issue for our kids in going to the Ben Bolt Elementary School. It provides better security, better communication. Everything about it is better, and which is what the school district has identified as a concern for them. So I just ask the court to consider this and approve this motion.
Sheriff, so this deputy is only gonna get assigned for the school year, calendar year?
So this, no, well, this deputy, will, if they're not in school, well, then we will also, so we're getting an advantage here. This is the advantage for the county. The deputy is gonna be a full-time deputy. The school is paying for it, but when they're not, when school is out and they're not needed there, they will be used on, for additional, patrols. Not just for the school year.
I guess you have the memorandum, I don't have it here. Have you looked at the memorandum, Mr. Smith? Everything's good?
I have a,
I know that, I believe Mr. Reyes took it to your office, but I never got a copy back.
Sheriff, so do you have any other officers conducting security for schools?
So, no, well, we have, one deputy that does for the Ben Bolt High School.
No, I'm talking for other schools here in town.
So we do have deputies assigned, so this is up to the school district. That school, the Alice ISD school district, they have chosen to pay off-duty officers for their security. In Orange Grove, their school district uses what they call guardians, where basically it's just someone that goes, gets their qualification, and they carry concealed with no, they wear a vest, but they're not law enforcement officers. So that's the least, in my opinion, that's the least desirable effect for this type of direction. You have someone that is already a peace officer, someone that has gone through the training, someone that has worked as a peace officer, and is just more qualified to keep the security for the school.
Would that, what you're getting a MOU, could a constable do that, or is it better for the sheriff departments to do that?
It's better for the sheriff's department to do it because a constable could do that, but then they wouldn't have time to do it because this is a full-time, all-day type job. So the constable is not really, in reality, they would not be able to do it because they wouldn't be able to conduct their mandated duties.
I have a question, Sheriff. The school districts are required to have securities, right? By
That's
law,
correct.
by the state. So I understand that you guys do the services, but my concern is we're putting a deputy in there. What about our roads and our streets and highways? What's happening there?
So
We're
because
losing a person to the school.
you're not losing a person because they're paying
We're not?
for, they are paying for us basically to hire another deputy. So we're not going to assign a deputy from the road to the school. What is going to happen in effect is the sheriff's office will and go through all the processes of our background checks and everything else. Then what you're creating is another slot for a deputy, okay? And that deputy is paid for 100% by the school district, costs the county nothing. And then we still schedule them and put them there. So the sheriff's office is still in control of the deputy. They have our communications. They're provided with all of I'll provide them with the vehicle, but they go straight to the school. They work at the school during their school hours. Their trade-off is when school's not in session, then we provide the vehicle because then they patrol. But this costs the county nothing. It doesn't add anything to the budget. The school is paying for it.
And don't misunderstand me. The lady y'all have working there at the high school right now, Thompson, I believe?
Yes, Mr. Michelle.
She does an outstanding job. I mean, I've seen things that she goes around behind way back there, checking everything out, and she does a wonderful job. But that's not my concern. My concern was whether we were losing somebody from the road.
No, sir, we're not.
That
We
you
will
were
not
gonna
be.
lose.
No, sir, we will not be losing any operational capability on the road or anywhere else. we'll be hiring another deputy, which the school district will offset that cost for us, 100%.
And, I guess, my question is that gonna, is it a yearly MOU or?
So it has to be yearly, you know, and then next, you know, budget, you know, we have, just like we do with the other deputy, it's done on a yearly basis.
So this one is, it coincides with our calendar year of
Right.
2026. The problem was our budget schedules don't coincide. They adopt their budget to begin September 1st, and of course ours is with the calendar year.
Yeah.
Now that we know about this arrangement, we sat down, Cindy and I sat down with superintendent and their business manager. Now that they know this is coming, next year they can make adequate arrangements for it in their budget. But
I guess in our budget, on that line item, we'll have Bembo Quality Club.
Yeah, so I would create just a separate line item because it's essentially kind of treated like a grant funded position. So they'll be paid out a separate line item. So if for any reason the school district doesn't approve it or doesn't have the funding, then that position just goes away. It's not going to be integrated with their actual amount of deputies that's assigned to the sheriff's department. It's just a separate position.
You could think of it like an OLS position. So if the OLS grant goes away, so does that position, so.
As long as you approve this already?
yeah, I wrote that.
Okay, I'll make a motion, we approve.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Sure. That's an original. You gotta sign it, and Ms. Jocelyn, superintendent, gotta sign it also. Thank you. Agenda item number 9, discuss, consider, and take action to amend the 2025 holiday schedule. And I think, this was just for the New Year's, right? I think in the last Commissioners Court, we discussed the current, schedule, which has us off on the 31st and the 1st. In the last Commissioners Court, we said that it would be Thursday the 1st and Friday the 2nd. Is there any, I'll make a motion, we approve, but is there any discussion needed
What are you approving?
this year? It's for this year. It's because last year, we said in court that we would do this, but then we had to come back and amend last year's because we were approving 2026, right? Yeah.
You're moving the 31st,
Yeah, unless,
working on the 31st and off 1st and 2nd.
yes, because if not, then we'd have to be off the 31st and the 1st and come back to work on the 2nd.
No.
That's what we talked about.
And I don't think,
So you're gonna make a motion to come in 31st, off 1st and 2nd, right?
yes, and that'll,
I'll second.
people will be off 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, yeah. So I have a motion, I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 10, we already did that one. Number 11, discuss, consider, and take action requested by Ventura Garcia Jr., Jim Wells County Commissioners, Commissioner Precinct 2 to approve fairground policies and lease agreement.
That's one to Richard, one to Michael. You have yours, Cindy?
Yes, I have copies, or. No, I only have one. Do you need it?
No, I have it. You know, I want you to have it.
Oh, yes, I have it. Yeah.
Okay, okay, these these agreements and policies were done by, was done by myself and Nora, my secretary, and with the approval of the county attorney. You know, he reviewed it, he made changes, and we came up with these agreements. Okay, we can cover the fair, okay, we can cover the fairgrounds lease agreement first, if the, you know. And if you have any questions, I'll go through them real quick, and you have any questions, just stop me, okay? Number one is parties, you know, that pretty much tells you, the parties that are involved. Number two is premises and event. What building they're gonna be using and what the event's gonna be. Number three is payment fees and deposits. And it tells, you know, it talks about all those fees and deposits. Okay, number five is security requirements, and it talks about how much security you need, so on and so forth. Number six is compliance with the law. You have to comply with federal, state, TABC, fire marshal, you know, all the laws that govern the policies. Number seven, you use restrictions like no smoking, you know, no smoking, no glass containers, illegal activities. Number eight is condition of premises, vendors. Okay, you rent the buildings as is, you know, so pretty much. Number nine, the cleanup and damages, you know, that it talks about, you know, your responsibilities as you lease it. Number 10, deposit refund conditions. It tells you how you can get your deposit back. Number 11, cancellation. It tells you it talks about how many days before you cancel and so forth. Stop me if I'm going too fast. If you all have any questions, please ask. County is not responsible, our responsibilities and their responsibilities. Number 3, you know, talks about identification, you know, they hold Jim Wells County harmless of any accidents, liabilities. Number 14, incorporate, okay, the incorporation of policies. So this lease is incorporated by the policies that we're going to approve here in a little bit. Entire lease, okay, so they sign the lease, and those are pretty much the agreements. Is there anything that?
It wasn't a question, I hadn't seen it, you asked me the other day to review it, and I looked at it, and I didn't notice this one right here. On the security, like on just
Which one is it?
the security, it's requiring 150 to 1 guard. Do we have to mention in there certified
that one,
security or anything like that?
Security.
It's his license?
Yes, license plate.
Okay, there it is, I'm sorry. Okay, that's all I was concerned. I hadn't noticed the guest and the guard and how many guards.
I think the only other thing I see that remains unresolved is above that security requirement in section 5, we just need to come up with a setup day fee. You see that?
Which one?
And that's only if the facility's available. Sometimes people ask, can we go start setting up like the
Yeah.
day before? And so, I think that the idea is, if it's available, we'll allow it, but we're gonna charge an extra fee.
Yeah, that was in,
And then, the hourly staff rate, if we have to use county people to do it. Those remain blank, we need to fill those in before.
Are we okay with it, Michael?
Yes, I'm fine, as long as we fill those in, and then, of course, these blanks, it's gonna depend on
Yeah, you know, it's a, yes, when they tell us the type of event that they have, you know, that's gonna govern the amount of security.
So, the additional setup fee, that's not in the fee schedule?
What?
On number 3C, additional setup fee?
Yeah, well, we're gonna, on the policies, you're gonna see that.
Yeah, it's back over here in the back, Judge. There's a fee schedule in the back,
Yeah,
and
it's, you have
Oh,
a-
I got you.
yeah, we have
Okay.
a-
that's where it needs to be filled in.
We can go to the policies if you all want to. You ready, Commissioner?
Yes.
Cindy, do you see anything that the auditors need as far as,
I don't think so.
you know,
From what I reviewed,
you
everything.
know, the policies and it's incorporated into the lease agreement, you know, so, and I know when you audit, you need to know,
Yeah, so everything's
Right.
set up here pretty clearly as far as.
so we can start with the rental policies and fee schedules. Okay, section 1, it talks about, you know, the policy of governor that governs the rentals. Section 2, facilities available for rent. Okay, actually, this section's already been approved. The only thing that's missing is the 33% employee discount. It was approved also, but it's missing on the schedule. I kind of penciled it in. You got any questions on that one, Judge?
No, I'm good with it.
Okay, section 3 is reservations, not confers until the leasing executes the contract. Deposit, there's a security deposit, you know, pretty much tells you what you need to do there. Okay, section 5, additional fees, that's the one that's the one that you were talking about, Jeff?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the additional fees is like, they're gonna rent it for an extra day or whatever.
And that's only if it's available, right?
Yeah,
So we have to put a number there, correct?
yeah, if available, you know. Yeah, it's on there, it's, yeah, on the contract, it tells you if it's available.
Yeah.
And there's also like,
Have to come up with a number.
okay. So we're in section number deposit. Additional fees, okay. Alcohol policy, you know that. Okay,
I have a question on number 3, no drinking in the parking areas. If you lease the whole grounds, would that make a difference? And how does that affect like the nonprofits, like the fairgrounds?
I think as long as beer is not sold there, or am I wrong? You can,
Because isn't it like the license only covers certain area, no? Judge, do you know?
Well, I know that during the
Fair.
fair, the people that have RV spots, there's gonna be alcohol out in the.
That's what I'm saying.
parking area.
That's what I'm saying, so how would that affect that? Because I think that if I'm mistaken, Mike, the license only covers so much area. Where the bar is at, it only covers so much area, it doesn't go way out there. So,
Well, so are you saying if somebody buys alcohol at one of the stands?
And I guess I'm looking at-
Merchants building, they can't take it off,
that's what I'm saying, because it says no alcohol in the parking.
but that would be a TABC rule. That they're limited to a certain
And
rate.
that supersedes us.
Okay, so, but what about this no drinking in the parking
But some
areas?
of the drinking that's going on is people that bring their own, you know. So,
that being
So,
sold,
so like, what about like in the fair?
I don't know, you need to make an exception or strike the whole, or strike the whole thing.
Or you go, if you rent the whole grounds, you rent the whole grounds.
Yeah, but during the fair, we're allowing people to come in to be the, to ask for a license. Usually it's some nonprofit or some group that does it.
I don't know, what is it?
So,
You understand what I'm saying, Garcia? Like, it says no alcohol, no drinking in the parking areas.
Maybe you just add, except with prior approval of the commissioner's court, and then we could.
Like we did
when
with
they come in to ask for the 3-day permit, we can
Okay,
make an exception. The general rule would be no drinking in the parking
Yeah,
areas.
it covers us.
Unless it's, when they come in for the 72-hour license. We just add that.
Okay.
Unless approved by,
Except with
so
prior,
do we need to add or delete anything?
except with prior approval of the commissioner's court.
So we're okay?
yeah,
Okay. These events they can actually take beer, they just can't sell it. I think the selling part's where it becomes a problem. Anyway, section 7, insurance requirements. Okay. If you're gonna sell beer, you're gonna have to buy, insurance, 500,000 bodily injury, 50,000 property damages. Okay, is there any problem with that?
No.
Okay. Section 8, security requirements.
Okay.
We were talking about that a little while ago. It's gonna be pretty much based on the type of event it's gonna be. And the hours of use. Okay, section 10, cleaning and trash disposal, so,
Ventura, is there, I'm just gonna, it's a curious question, like, is that like a mandate, like,
which one's that?
the hours of use, that, all the events end at 12?
Well, it can be,
It could be modified if you, I mean, if, I'm just saying, because normally, I just thought about it, and all the events normally end at 12 there. I mean, if somebody comes in and asks you, hey, can we have a dance till 2 o'clock in the morning, can you modify?
through Commissioner's Court, we can, they can request it and we come to Commissioner's Court. Look, they're gonna be out there till 2 o'clock in the morning or
Okay.
pretty much,
On the alcohol, on the first page, it says alcohol event required rate. It says entire grounds. And it has rates on the very first page. When we were, a while ago, we were talking about the
oh,
alcohol.
yeah, we have to rent the whole grounds, yeah.
It has entire grounds, but does that mean, what does that actually mean?
If another building
I guess not
is being
selling.
used,
Is
Well-
it not selling or what?
Well, we're, over here, we're talking about the use, but the alcohol usage, it couldn't be in the parking lots. But this says alcohol event required rate entire
Okay.
grounds, so they're paying 2,500 to drink on the entire grounds.
what happens, Judge, if we're gonna be selling beer, we don't want somebody having an event in the merchants building is gonna be selling beer. You don't want an event in the women's building or, so, cause, they might be having a kids party.
No, I understand, but you understand what I'm saying, Mike, on
Yeah,
that
yeah.
first page? Where it says alcohol event required entire grounds, they're paying 2,500. Is that
That's the people have paid it, Judge, it's not
on the
this is-
first page, very first page?
Very first.
It's highlighted, it says alcohol
Right above
event
the RV
required
parking
rate.
rates.
On the
Oh, that's the other
fee
one.
schedule,
Which one is that?
On the fee schedule.
If you're gonna sell,
In other words,
so what's the,
what was that?
What he's saying is that you're saying for the entire grounds.
Yeah, because on this other one back
And the other one
here,
says no parking.
we're, on section 6, we're saying alcohol policy, no drinking in the parking areas, but on the first page, we say alcohol event required rate, entire grounds, $2,500. So are those contradicting?
If you don't rent the entire grounds, you cannot have alcohol. That's the way we're reading it.
So those are two different things? The use of alcohol, no drinking in the parking areas, and this says entire grounds.
Oh, the rate changes, I see.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So it's an extra $900 if you wanna have alcohol.
In the entire grounds, so is that contradicting the use of over here where it says no drinking in parking areas? Do those contradict each other?
I think,
What was your intent, Commissioner? What were you intending to do there?
well, that's exactly what happens. If you don't rent the entire fairgrounds, you sell beer, people are gonna buy it and they're gonna go out to the parking lot. That's the reason we want them to, rent the entire.
So, yeah, so in other words, the alcohol, we're not gonna approve any permits unless they rent the entire grounds.
Right.
Right,
That-
right.
That's what,
So in that sense, it's not contradictory,
Okay.
because we're not gonna approve a permit here.
that's exactly the intent. If you don't rent the entire fairgrounds, there might be a party at the women's buildings, for example. Or, you don't want other events to occur when you're selling. I think that's something that we've done in the past and, anyway.
I have a question, and this is just out of, who's gonna enforce this? No, I understand, but like, I mean, we can't ask him to be there.
Well, we can,
Is it just the laws are here and they're aware of it, and if law enforcement shows up, they can stick to this, but I mean, I can't expect him to be there 24/7. I was just a question that.
Okay, we're good?
You're good?
Yep.
Okay.
I think we were at 10, right?
Okay. So where we're at, number 10. Okay, that was their cleaning and trash, so you can get, let me see, dispose of the trash and you get your deposit back pretty much. Okay, number 11, prohibited conduct, so that one's pretty much, you don't take, weapons unless you're authorized and stuff like that, Okay, number 12. County property, do not remove chairs, tables, and stuff from the buildings. Number 13. County rights to action, we can deny it, for whatever, for safety, legal violations, or, whatever. Okay, so pretty much it tells you what you need, we can cancel the event. Cancellation policy, 30 days before the event. Number 15, nonprofit. Okay. If you're a nonprofit organization, you pretty much get the premises free.
so Ventura, and then, like this past year, how many nonprofits have you had on the fairgrounds?
Yeah, usually have like maybe 5, 6, it's usually the same people, I think, it's like 5 or 6 of them,
So it says here must be approved by Commissioner's Court action.
yeah,
I didn't see any in the agenda in this past year.
yeah, because this is the new policies.
Okay. So the last year's, this the previous policy didn't include this
Yeah.
notation?
The previous, included the nonprofit, but
They didn't have to come to Commissioner's
you
Court?
have to come to Commissioner Court. We can also approve it without coming to Commissioner's Court. We can change it. I just,
No, this is fine. This is good right here.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so like if, for example, Guadalupe Shores wants a nonprofit, they're a nonprofit, they want to use the facility. We can, bring it to Commissioner's Court, or we can do it like we always have, just approve
gotta
it.
come to
We
Commissioner.
usually require a nonprofit certificate, from the ones that are gonna use it, so.
This policy is fine. I like it.
You like it like that? Okay, that's why we kind of,
To answer your question, Commissioner Aguilar, in 2025, we had 3 requests for permission to sell alcohol. 1 in April and then 2 in September.
That's just
No.
basically the fairgrounds and church events or
One
something.
was, I don't know, the other one might have been a Cinco de Mayo or something. That would be the April one.
the more that we bring to the Commissioner's Court, the better I like it, because
Transparent.
it kind of frees me from being responsible for some of the things that, Commissioner's Court approval is basically,
So will we pick a date when we're gonna do the nonprofit?
What's that?
We set a date for putting in the agenda when we're gonna do the nonprofit?
Actually, it was only 2, because one of them was somewhere in the park. So that one wasn't at the fairground. There was one for a fundraiser for an athletic booster club in September, and then the other one was the fair.
Yeah, I guess the thing to do is to get with nonprofits in case they want to use the fairgrounds, they can let you know ahead of time and see if the date is available.
okay,
Right.
this is what we do. We've always done it, like, we have a tentative list for the following year. And basically because right now we're getting the requests from county organizations. So, and they're usually during the week, the weekends are pretty much available. So we get the request, we fill in the calendar, and then we fill in the requests from the public or nonprofit organizations like the 4-H or some of these clubs, the sheriff's department. They bring us a list, we put it in the calendar, and then whatever's available goes to the public. And a nonprofit organization has the same. Look like, for example, Boys Club, I want to use it this certain day. They're nonprofit, okay? They get in the schedule. So it's really,
Good.
but the tentative list is very important because we have events like, law enforcement's out there all the time, fire department, they're, you have events like 4-H, you have a lot of county events. And we have to satisfy the county before we can go to the public. That's pretty much the way I see it, so we can change that, but really, but usually the people that request it from the county, they're usually during the week, so it
Okay.
really doesn't,
Fair enough.
okay, so now we're, emergency authority, okay. Okay, we can shut down the event or unsafe conditions, like emergency management can come to us and tell us, look, there's a storm, there's criminal activities, or, we weather emergencies, those are good reasons to shut down the event.
Mr. Garcia, I have a question. Wait, Michael, is there anywhere in there we can include, we have the right to refuse service or we can't?
When once we've entered a contract, no.
No, before. Like, can we deny the right to somebody?
If we've had problems with them in the past, like you were talking about enforcement a little while ago. You know, if we find in this year that they're not following the rules, well, then you need to notate that, and if they come back the next year, I believe,
Okay.
we can say, look, we're not gonna rent you all because.
Exactly, and I can understand that.
You would have to have good cause.
Yeah,
You can't
other than
just-
that, we can't deny anybody from renting the grounds.
It says right here, the county may deny rental for safety, compliance, capacity, or public interest reasons.
Public interest reasons.
It's on number 3, on the first page, section 3. Section 3, number 3.
And can you, can we,
Yeah, you can just say, based on their past record, you know, they weren't compliant with our rules last year, and we're not gonna rent you anymore.
I don't, what would be included in public interest
It's
reasons?
just a broad, you know, whatever the commission for decide.
Okay. Thank you.
I don't think you can arbitrarily, you can't discriminate against anybody.
Okay, I guess that's the question I wanted, yeah.
But if you've got a valid reason, then I would.
Yeah, no, I can understand
my
having-
guess would be that that's aimed at, you know, prior non-compliance. You know, you carry that forward.
That's the one you can carry.
So if we have a nonprofit, we're gonna be filling in the schedule. If we have a nonprofit, you know, that's on the schedule, I guess bring it to Commissioner's Court and approve them all at the same time.
That, or, but what about if
Because, you know,
somebody
once they
comes?
get on the schedule, they haven't been approved, but,
You block off that
you know,
time.
we'll fill the schedule in and then approve them,
But they would still have to, if they want the alcohol permit, they would still have to come for that.
But let's say you do it at the beginning of the year and you get 3 or 4 that you always get, but if somebody comes in between then, you have to bring it back.
Right.
Like let's say you only have 2 or 3 during the year and you approve them, well, then somebody comes in between there, like last year, we just had one that's never been here before. You have to bring it back and approve it.
Right.
Commissioner's Court.
Right.
even the Fair
Like, we
Association.
know the fair.
Yeah,
is coming in.
yeah, we know the fair and then the church, but like we had that event in September, that was never done.
Right, that
It's
was the
nonprofit,
Bold Athletic.
it's gonna come back in here and get approved.
Because some of these people that, you know, nonprofit, they need time to work on their event.
Yeah, especially the.
Anyway, we'll, you know, we'll bring it to Commissioner's Court, you know, as soon as we can, that way they can have all the time in the world, you know.
I'll make a motion, we approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. My motion is to approve with the minor changes that we have. So I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
What were the minor changes, Judge?
I think it was just one little,
With prior commissioner's court approval.
Okay.
okay, so I have a motion and I have a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Michael, can you redo it with the original, you know, because this is gonna change what we have.
Right, it's just that one language, and did we come up with a number
Yeah,
for
but you
the
need
date?
to, actually, we need to, or can you just fill it in, JC?
I'm gonna have to reprint it anyway, because
Yeah.
there's an additional clause that's gonna come
Yeah.
after that alcohol. And did we come up with a number for if you wanna use it the day before?
It's $300 is what,
$300?
that's what the fee schedule says there.
No, there's one that's blank on the second,
Wasn't it approved before?
Yeah, I think it was,
On the last one?
section 5. And then the hourly county employee rate.
yes.
Well, whatever changes there is, Michael, just go ahead and change them.
Yeah, there's set up fee, it's $300.
Yeah, it says here in the fee schedule, additional setup fee is $300.
Okay. And then what about the hourly rate?
Hourly rate,
Supplemental county staff. Under section 5, additional fees.
That would be for like What would be considered supplemental county staff? We
I
have,
guess if they don't go clean up and we have to send our people
Oh,
out there
okay.
to go clean up, you know.
yeah. Well, let's say you have 4 people. $25 an hour each, so about $100 an hour.
So 25.
So I already took a vote.
We already took a vote.
Well, we gotta fill this in, you wanna rescind and do it again, I mean, 'cause
Okay,
unless we just strike that,
no,
but the 300's already in somewhere else.
yeah,
Okay, so we
Yeah,
can fill
yeah, the
that
first one
one,
we,
and then we can just strike that hourly, but what happens if we, you know, we've had some people that just.
Don't come back and clean up.
wasn't that the reason for having the $300?
No, that's,
That would have included that, no? If you're covering one more day, it would include that. What you think?
Well, that additional day was if they want to come in early and set up,
decorating, yeah.
yeah,
If it's available.
yeah.
I think we just strike that.
Strike it, okay. It's already voted on. Okay.
And that 33% discount
Yes.
for employees.
You gonna strike that or leave that?
No, we leave that. That's all, that was
I think I
approved.
wrote it in,
You know what? And then just,
right there on
is it included,
on the rent fees.
can it be used for political reasons or not? As long as you rent it,
Rent it.
you can use it for whatever you want.
If you rent it, I'm sure.
It's 33% once a year, Michael. Be sure to put once a year.
Okay, I'm gonna move forward to agenda item number 12. Discuss, consider, and take action to approve, to authorize the county judge to purchase a Ford F-250 for Emergency Management Department in accordance with the county's procurement policy by utilizing the standard process for purchasing through a TIPS USA provider, utilizing the general fund reserved for contingencies. So, this, Ford F-250 is gonna be for emergency management. The current vehicle he drives is about done. This one allows, gives him the luxury of 4x4, much like deconstruct. But it's also gonna carry the lights, the headache rack, the, toolbox, all the lights that are emergency lights that are needed. And it's through, by board, through, TIPS USA, Boswell, A-Leaf, and San Benito. The cost is $87,885. That includes everything that we just discussed. Other than that, I think,
Judge, so if you were to contact tips, 2 dealers that are in tips, would they give you the same price or?
no, they could be different. I know that we have 2 other bids, that we did garner. This one
Was the best?
was the second one. I think the first one was Hacienda Ford here, but they're not on tips.
Yeah.
They're not on buy board. So we'd have to go out for RFP on those, and we're trying to purchase this vehicle with this year's budget. So that makes it kind of tough, you know, we.
Yeah, so why did we get a bid from them if,
Well,
if they're not on tips or buy board?
because they initially told us they were.
I know they have government rates, I don't know, you know, I think we need to consider, you know, because government rates, we need to consider rates, if they're lower than buy board or tips, I think we need to accept them, you know, but that's for another day, but we actually need to change
Oh,
policy.
I agree with you, we just gotta follow.
Yeah, right now,
protocol.
what we have in place, you're right, but I think for the future, I think,
I don't know.
you know, getting the best price, it's what it's all about, you know. So,
So we're trying our best to keep it in town. That's what we try to do with all of these, and I wish they were
Judge,
all
and
on
I
buy board.
think too, a lot of it has to do also that we ask these people if they're on buy board and they'll say yes. They are, but they haven't been awarded a contract, so you're really not a buy board, member, so to speak.
you know, it's like,
And that's what happens. They'll tell you yes, but then when you see the prices, you say, wait a minute, and you haven't been awarded one.
They're not a preferred vendor.
And another thing that we can look at to change so we can have that flexibility is at the legislature this year, they changed the 50,000 to 100,000. We can adjust our procurement processes. I would venture to say just for, equipment for commissioners and vehicle expenses. Other than that, everything else stays the same, but it's gonna give us the flexibility all the way to 100,000 without having to go out for 3 bids and do all that. We can still do that, but it gives us the flexibility to purchase like we're trying to do here. That being said, I'll make a motion, we approve.
goes, Cindy, how much money we have on the reserve and contingency? I know we've been using it, you know,
No, we only use it once.
yeah.
So we have about 149,000.
Okay, so there's enough monies there. I know in the past, you know, that was the last resort, you know. For some reason, you know, last couple of years, we've been using it. And really, it's always been a last resort, which,
Well, the last resort, Mr. Garcia, the way I try to use it is, I use it by last resort, but if there's an emergency during the year, that's what we use. But if there's not, and we need to purchase something like we need to do last year and this year, we use that to purchase it because we hadn't used it for emergencies. That's the only reason why.
I'll second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Keep it clean, Lance, keep it clean. Agenda item number 13, discuss, consider, and take action to approve county treasurer's report and other monthly reports.
motion to approve.
I have a motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 14. Discuss, consider, and take action to approve auditor's monthly report.
Yes, Judge and Commissioners, we can start off with the sales tax report. So this is going to be our revenues for the month of November that we have collected. You'll see in that first page, general fund and the road and bridge have collected 92.18%. So we're actually right on target as far as based on the budgeted amount as far as our sales tax collections. So by the end of December, we'll probably be slightly over the estimated amount that we projected.
So I know we go a month behind because
Yeah.
we don't get that number before Commissioners Court, but the number for December,
Great,
it's
yeah.
great. It's
We
like
had a-
400.
Yeah, they're already out and we had a very good December. Of course, I'm not reflecting it on this report, but yeah, we have peeked at it and it was a good December.
It
So
was a
we'll-
really good December. I'm not sure the
We'll end
cause
up
of it, but
over.
it's
Well-
434,000 somewhere around
I think the cause of it is because we have a pipeline company in the area. They're renting RVs, they're buying food and shopping, so that's gonna continue for at least another 45 days while they get moved out of the area, or 60 days, hopefully.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if that trend continues into January and February, but yeah, it's a good December. So going kind of back to November, wasn't, I guess, it was kind of consistent with what we budgeted. You'll see on the next page, so, Jim Wells County did go up 4% compared to last month. City of Dallas did take a dip of a -4% compared to last month, and the city of Orange Grove and city of Fremont actually took a great, percentage increase.
And I guess on that one, Cindy, excuse me, like Mr. Aguilar was saying, they also have that deal there in Fremont that's got a lot of people coming in, pipeline or something, they're like off 281. So it does make a lot of difference.
Yeah, because like city of Fremont went up 41% compared to last month, so that was, and city of Orange Grove went up 52%. So everybody went up for the exception of city of Dallas, so it's kind of interesting. Then you'll see, kind of compare the numbers from last year's, we're only up 15,000 compared to last year at this time, so we're pretty consistent, compared to where we were last year as far as sales tax revenues.
That'll go up here in December.
It'll go up in December, yes. For Jim Wells County, for sure.
And, yeah. Compared to what we budgeted, we're gonna be ahead.
Yeah, we'll be ahead. Good to see.
Good.
Then if you go on to the monthly auditor's report, you'll see the revenues that have come in. Of course, these are combined revenues, our ad valorem tax, sales tax, and all the other collections that the county does receive. General fund's at 99% collection, which is great to see in November. You combine the road and bridge, and we're at they're at 98%. Combining all the funds, we're at 101% collection. So collections for the month of December are good. We're already at a 101 combined.
Then when we add our revenues for the, slipped my mind. What was I gonna say? From the, investments.
Oh.
So, I did speak to Raul, our CPA, and of course, I hadn't told you this, but we need to get in contact with him, because we're gonna be able to add that, our investments, to our revenues for the end of the year. That's gonna make a huge difference on this 98% number, right?
Yeah, my numbers aren't reflecting that, so, yeah, if they do, then I can reflect it in December.
Do you add the interest accrued as the
Yeah,
revenue?
That's what, I had a phone conversation with our CPA, and he says we are able to do that. So if we're able to do that, it's gonna,
It'll help balance
Oh,
our
fixed
budget.
Revenues,
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, the only question that we have, it's
Noted.
yeah, through the investment, but, because it's there and it's ours, we're able to add it. Mr. Raul advised.
So additional expenses, Cindy, like from the sheriffs and stuff like that, where does it show up?
Yeah, so if you go on, to the expenditure side, I don't have a.
Page 3.
Yeah, page 3 and 4. So those will be all the general fund departments. 92% is the goal through November, so you'll see, yeah, a couple of departments over. Obviously, specifically, we have, I think you're all aware of that huge increase
It's
in the
at
sheriff's
3, but it's
department.
not pretty sure. Okay,
You said 92%,
Yeah.
not to exceed?
so, so it's 172,000 in the minus, is that what it is?
Right, through November.
Okay, so I know we're spending a lot more than that, so where does that show up?
Yeah, well, that's in total. So as a department, they're over that much. If we're talking the specific line item that they're way over,
Yeah,
is definitely the.
yeah, because we
prisoner
didn't budget for it last year. The amount that we were spending, it's not budgeted. So where does that show up?
It shows right there on the
Yeah,
negative.
it's there. So that just means that they're saving on other expenditure line items. So as a whole, they're only over 172 through November. At the end of next month, it'll be over some more because they still are including But yeah, if you wanted a detailed on their expenses, then that's a different report. This is just the department as a whole. They're over
And we're supposed to spend how much to now? What
92%.
percentage? 92%? So we're 4% variance?
If you take all, yes, so road and bridge and general fund, we're at 88%. So yes, 4% variance.
4% variance on the general fund?
General and road and bridge, yes. Oh, no, I'm sorry, yes, just general fund.
Yeah, just general fund, because we're 88, and if there's, if we're supposed to be at 92, then we're at 4%.
We have a positive variance. I just want to make sure that we're including all of the expenses.
They're all in there.
They're all in there?
They're all in there.
Okay, because I don't see where we're
No, that's
doing the
good.
detention and all that stuff. It's all in there.
Out of county detention, we checked on it about a week, 10 days ago, and year to date, it was at 659,000 over.
And that's
So that's
specific.
that's getting subsumed in that number, that you were seeing 100 and, what was it?
172.
If we didn't have that expense, if we had stayed within our line item, then that would be much greater positive, you know,
The negative.
yeah, well, yeah.
Being that the general fund is at 88% with 4% variance, but all these departments, they're right at, that means that we have, done a very good job during budgeting in providing exactly what needs to be done. There's no cream off the top, you know,
Well,
this is what it is.
And you're right, Judge, but I think like Mr. Garcia says, if you're giving 2 million, that's all you
Spend
can
it.
spend,
No,
that's all you
yeah,
can
yeah, no,
spend,
no,
you know? You
no.
can't spend more than that, you know, that's what you budgeted, that's what you gotta work with.
Yeah, we're
So,
doing,
you know,
we're doing an excellent job.
Everybody's doing a good job.
And anybody needs anything else, if they have something that comes up during the year and it makes them go over a little bit, we understand that. It's not bad
I
management.
get nervous all the
it's-
time, don't worry about it.
Mhm. Yeah, so,
Well, for instance, like Mr. Aguilar, if you look at the expenditures here, he's over, but that's a budget he didn't set, he inherited that budget, so, and then he's purchased a lot of equipment, stuff like that, so that's it.
99%.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I'm,
I'm very, you know,
You can justify
I'm
it.
very cautious of how we spend our money. Let's put it that way.
we all are,
We
yeah.
all are, yeah.
And, you know, and we should be. And I'm pretty, and all our departments are, it seems like.
yes, yeah,
So,
so when you,
that's,
yeah, the road
you
and
know,
bridge
I want to continue for everybody to be cautious of how we spend our money.
and we are, and for the departments that are over, I will normally have, conversations with them regarding why they're over. And normally there is a reason for it, or y'all are aware of it, you know, specifically. I know the hot topic has definitely been the expense of the sheriff's department. I think everybody combined is trying to figure out solutions for that. That's a big concern. But other than that, you know, it's pretty
Yeah.
minor and there's a reason for it, so.
And a lot of times it's not mismanagement or anything like that, it's that you're right at the cusp. And if something happens during the year that's not in the budget, it may make you go over. Yeah.
It's called prepare yourself for the unexpected, not the obvious.
That's it.
I know
It's all
for sure.
good. And that keeps us.
I'm probably the first
abreast of
person that
what's going on.
comes to talk to Cindy. Hey, Cindy, we're a little bit over, so just so you know.
Yeah, and so I just
Yeah,
remind
we
the
know.
department, so back when we're budgeting, well, back when we're budgeting, so and then I have.
Yes,
that
of course.
discussion That, okay, well, it's gonna skew your, you know,
Bottom
estimates
line,
for
your bottom
listing.
line, yeah. Mhm.
As long as we're all on the same page and he's aware. We're okay.
Well, I can tell you this, it's been a good year.
Guys, everybody's been doing great.
Yeah, everybody's been on their budget, that's good.
Motion to approve items presented, Judge.
I have a motion, I'll second that motion. Got a motion and a second, any further discussion?
Thank you, Cindy.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 15, discuss, consider, and take action on payroll and bills as submitted by the county auditor with the exemption of Fund 52, 53, and 54.
Hey, Judge, I was looking at one of the payments here. Where is it? This Pest control outside of fairground building. Does that include all buildings or one building? The $3,000.
What is that?
One of the expenditures on page 1.
All buildings.
All buildings. So you get pest control in all the buildings, you said?
Yes, sir. And around the grounds, if there's, ants or anything of the sort.
Oh, okay.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. I didn't mention it in the beginning, but as you can see, Commissioner Carehouse not here. I don't know, we might add a roll call, start doing a roll call, that way we can have it.
Judge, can we go back to the open session?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'd just like to take this time to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Thank you for an awesome year. Everything's going great, so be careful. See your family. Merry Christmas.
I concur with him. Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy New Year. I want to send my total appreciation to all county employees. I see it every day. I see it out there in the fairgrounds. I see it here. I see it out in the community and out in the country, because that's where we're at, out in the county. People are working hard. People are doing what they got to do. Sometimes it's tough. Commissioners, they only have a certain amount of employees, but they're on them every day, and I see it. And I appreciate you guys, appreciate Sheriff Department, appreciate all our departments, you know. And I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and God bless everybody.
I want to thank everybody, Cindy, your department, been real helpful. I want to thank the Commissioners Court for everything this year. And my hats off to my personnel. They've been extremely helpful and outstanding and showing a lot of improvement in Precinct 1. So my hats off to my personnel.
Okay, all county employees, you know, they continue to be my heroes. They save us every year. They save our budget. They work hard at it, and they really go beyond their whatever, you know. But they continue to be my heroes because they, you know, if it wasn't for them, our budget would suffer. Okay, I think Cindy could attest to that, you know, because every year they come under budget, and that's what creates our surplus. And hopefully that stands true for this year also. Thank you.
Mr. Guerra, would you have anything to say?
Wish everybody a Merry Christmas, enjoy the holidays. and see you
Be
January-
safe,
January
everybody be
Pettis?
safe out there.
Anybody else?
Yeah, for sure, you know, everybody stay safe.
All righty.
Nobody else?
And I entertain a motion.
Motion to,
Motion to approve.
adjourn.
Motion.
Thank you.
So,
Second.
got a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, I got a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you.